Welcome back to what may well be the final video of the course for you. If you've made it this far, congratulations. We are going to wrap things up here with a discussion of the class PowerPoint. Now remember, you will only use a PowerPoint for your final speech. The final speech will be basically the same as the first persuasive speech. But of course, you're going to add in the feedback, you're going to make corrections, edits, adjust some things that you saw were commented on in your grade form, and then, of course, add this PowerPoint. So if you go into Blackboard, here we go, you'll see the PowerPoint template here. And so that is, actually, this isn't your class, but I'll put it in there, don't worry. It'll be listed in your Blackboard documents. So when you get that, go ahead and open it, and it will look like this. It's a hell of a template. It's blank. But the thing that I would draw your attention to is down on the notes section for each slide. So you'll see that I start out with a blank slide. Then I've got the attention getter, a title slide, preview slide. There's the problem or the need for Monroe's satisfaction, solution, plan. The visualization is your third body point. Then you're going to review the points, closure, whatever you did for your attention getter. And then last is a call to action. So that is a 10-slide approach. You don't have to stick to this hard. I would stick close to it because I don't want you to have to do extra work when it's just not necessary. So what I want to do here is pull our outline and, sorry, let me get myself over. Pull our outline that we made and then go ahead and make a PowerPoint. Also, just to let you know, I'm coming to you today from wild and wonderful West Virginia. This is Pipestem State Park. This is actually where I'm from, and no matter where I've been in the country, the world, this is my favorite place to go back to. But that's not why we're here. Let's talk about PowerPoint. Okay. So, we had a story about Connor in our introduction. We talked about Connor. He's 20 years old. He likes college, fun, friends, fraternity, and he was losing his hair. All right, so we're going to come back over here, and we're going to put frat guy having fun. Let's see what this could get dangerous now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there's dad's. Yep. Should have thought about that one. We need something a little more, let's call it appropriate. Let's see. We could use this guy just because he has massive amounts of hair. Let's put in having fun, large image. Could get even more dangerous, I suppose. This looks like a good one, maybe. Yeah, it's a large image. We're going to go with them. Congratulations, that is our Connor. So let's copy it. By the way, I don't know if it always works like this for you, but I'm using Safari right now. I usually use Chrome, but for some reason, probably copyright reason, Chrome won't let you just copy and paste a picture all the time, so I use Safari to get around that. So that's our blank slide. Here's our attention getter slide. And we're going to paste it on. It should fill almost everything. Now, this one's so close to filling up everything that I'm going to make it fit. And usually you only want to drag pictures by the corners, but it's so big it's not going to distort it terribly. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break the rules just slightly and add in a second attention getter slide, because we sort of have a two-parter. We have great fun, yay, hair on the pillow. Not so great, it happened. All right, so let's find losing hair on pillow. Let's see if we find it. There we go. That one's just disgusting. Is this going to be our Connor's hand? Yep, that's a nice big image as well. So we will take that one, bring it over and paste it, and now we'll stretch that boy. These don't always fit perfectly, as you know, but that'll work. No, it's over the edge. Don't worry about it. Come in here, because really the top, we could even crop this if we wanted to, just to make it nice and clean. I don't know where the line is. I think it's right there. Yep. Okay. Now we've got our title slide. The stigma of balding. And then cover. Carl, the bald guy. Brown. Gotta have a little fun. All right. Notice I'm not using any particular backgrounds yet. I'm keeping it nice and plain, and then we may come back around and do something. Okay, so we're at the preview slide. I'm going to come on here. I'm not going to call this preview. I don't want you to call this preview. You could call it topics to cover. What are the points, the key ideas, whatever you want to call it. Just don't say preview. And at the end, don't say review. Same thing with the body. Don't put problem, solution, visualization. No. We talked about that when we did the outlines. I just want to remind you of that. So I'm just going to call this key points. And those are bald stigma, changing our culture, a better balder tomorrow. Bald stigma, changing our culture, a better balder tomorrow. Okay. I'm just going to leave that for now. I'm going to come back and fix everything all at once. You can do it however you like. I'm going to say the stigma for the title of this one. I'm going to flip back over. And we said that it was nothing new, and then it deals with self-image. Okay. So let's just do, instead of nothing new, I'm going to change that slightly and call it an ancient stigma. Ancient to modern is what I'll say here. And then self-image. Ancient to modern. Self-image. I don't think we want to break that down. We do break it down a little bit, basically between men and women. So we'll do that. Now, removing the stigma is our second main point, the solution. Here, remember, this is where we had our steps. So you'll want to list your steps. You can do numbers if you want. You don't have to necessarily. First, realize baldness is a physical process beyond control. Okay? So we want to shorten that down as much as we can. We'll say physical issue beyond control. And then we've got, so I can get the word out there, advertising campaign, and then a take the pledge. Okay, those are our three big steps. We could go back in and add some subpoints if we want to. Don't have to, but we could. Here's our visualization. Let's call it better and balder. You're probably picking up that it's important, so important, that you do your outline first. When you bring up your PowerPoint, have this outline complete. It will make your life so much easier than if you tried to do both at once. So as a culture accepts baldness, no stigma, saving money, and improved culture. No stigma, save money, improved culture. Great. Now this is our review, so we can literally copy and paste it if we want. Why not? Let's do it. Copy, paste. Pick that up. Preview. Look at this review. Okay. Closure. Back to the attention getter. So now we've got to go find a bearded college man looking confused. But these are some extreme beards here. Let's just put, maybe we'll try direct going bald. Yeah. That's a big one. We're going to go with you. I don't know who you are, but thank you, sir. You bald, beautiful man, you. Let's take him back over. That's not what we wanted to do. Couple things with these images. Don't use anything with a watermark on it. This looks bad. Don't forget to line things up. Take an extra second to do that. This one could be shrunk just slightly. Sure, we're still center. There we go. So Connor, let's see, how close did we get? It's a bearded white guy. I guess it'll work. I say that as a bearded white guy who's bald. So we've got that, and then we need to do our call to action. Whoops, sorry. Call to action. So right now, visit the Mayo Clinic's website. So I'm just going to go back here. Mayo Clinic logo. There we go. Let's put in large image. Let's see what the sizes are. That's not very large. That's large. Sometimes these are real PNGs and sometimes they're not. We'll find out. So I'm going to get rid of this layout. I'm just going to make it blank so I can drop this in. And it was a real PNG. Nice. So I'm going to leave it right there, and I will go. I think it's just mayoclinic.com, right? Mayoclinic.org. That's why we check. Good. I'll go ahead and put a text box in with that. Mayo CLINIC.org. Okay. Now with this one, remember, it needs to be large enough so people can see it. So let's go ahead and play around with that. You don't want it to be bigger than the Mayo Clinic logo, though. Sure. Make it. That'll work. Let's bold it. We want to center it. Then we want to come back in and take this whole text box and make sure that it is centered as well, which is not exactly what I was thinking here. Wait, we can do it the other way. Let's just grab it, and there we go. Dead center right there. So that's the way that last slide will look. Of course, the red line will be gone in full screen. Now, let's go back and touch things up a little bit, shall we? So here, the stigma of going bald. The bald guy brown. All right. You can play with this. You can move it up if you want. You can put something underneath it. I'm going to take this and not do that. I'm going to raise it up just a little. And then I'm going to try to find something to put here. Here's an idea. Let's go back here, and I'm going to put in bald head. Large image. Let's see. I'm really looking for like the front or back of someone's head. Top. Oops. I would really like a close-up here of just a bald person. Let's try that. Bald man. Is it going to be our guy again? I think it might be. I'll take him again. I'll show you why. We're going to do a couple different things. Well, let's go with a different one. Oh, that'll be better. Yeah. So copy the image. Let's jump back over. And for a quick second, I'm going to make a new slide. I'm not going to use it, but I'll show you what I mean here. I'm going to blanket, and I'm going to paste that. Now I'm going to blow it up as big as I can, reasonably here. And I want to go ahead and remove the background. So if you've never done this before, it's not that bad. It takes a little practice. So, gotta figure out, it's not there. All right, let's take this full screen for just a minute. Okay, so we're gonna click on that, and then we're gonna see remove background here, and there's our man. So let's click over areas to keep first, and you just sort of trace best you can the top of his head. It's not a perfect system. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Okay, now we're going to do areas to remove, and we just want to touch him up. Get rid of that white spot. We'll come back. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist at things that don't matter. I'm not a perfectionist at the things that do. And there we go, a beautiful bald head. I just click off of that. We've got our nice floating head there. Now what I'm going to do is come back, click on him again, and crop him. If I can see the bottom, that would be helpful. Bring it up here, just above his ears. Maybe I won't. Let's see. Maybe we'll put his eyes in it just to make it a little creepy. That'll work. Okay, now I'm going to copy that and go back here. I'm going to paste it in. And I'm going to drop it down so that he's peeking up at us from the bottom. Take this on up to the top. Oops. There we go. Now, that makes that a little fun. Then we can just go in here and delete that. All right, so let's spread this out. What you can do to make this easier to do instead of hitting space and return a bunch, highlight everything, come here, drop that down. Since it's only 3, hit 2.5. You might be able to get away with 3. Yep. And that's that. Now you don't have to worry about, is it right? Is that close? Is the thing? It's good. So what do we want to use for an image here? Well, it's our preview. It's our key points. Oops, that's not what we want. Let's see. Let's just put in those words. Key points. And then image. Alright, it's a little goofy, but it'll definitely work. Is it going to be a clean image? It looks sort of clean. Let's see how it looks on the slide. I'd actually like something that's plural, but again, that's probably being too picky. So make sure you don't click into one of the boxes and then take everything out. Let's put it over to the side, stretch it. There's our center line. Good enough. Then we're just going to copy it, and it's fine to repeat this picture and this picture only. Paste that in, same spot. Highlight this. We picked 3.0. Now, those are done. Okay, we can go back in here to the stigma. This one, it'll be a little different with the spacing. So watch, if we do 3.0, it wants everything to be equidistant, and that's not really what we want. So let's take that out and come in here and do that, just those two, and then we can do 3 on those, and then we'll come here on these, and let's just do 2. Now it's a little cleaner. I think it looks a little cleaner. Now if you want to just tweak this a little, don't do the delete and bring it all up a whole row and all that. Just take the box. You don't even need to use your mouse or your click pad. You can just push the arrow up and it'll inch it up just a touch, and that can work. So we're going to talk about Julius Caesar, so why not use a picture of him? Julius, there we go. Image. Okay, let's see if we can find bald. This one's pretty bald looking. It's not a very big image though. That's why I'm pausing. That's just creepy, but it's big. All right, we're gonna use it. I'm sure this is a rendition of what he might look like. Yeah, popular archaeology. By the way, if you're worried about using images and citing those and everything, don't worry about that for this class. There may be some classes where you would want to cite your images and put it on the PowerPoint. For us, I'm not worried about it. A, because it's just not the focus of what we're doing, and B, we're using it for educational purposes, and there's the right to do that. But now if you were ever to make a PowerPoint for something business related, for yourself, for a company, you'd want to check copyright laws and all that. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble, and you don't need that. Okay, let's go in here and paste our guy. Now this would look better if we didn't have the background. Oh, that's creepy. Areas to keep. Well, yeah, those are kind of important. And I'm not worried much about his neck. Kind of looks like he has purple hair. Maybe he was emo before emo. Bring it back around. Let's click off. Oh, okay. Still got a little work to do there. Areas to keep. It's hard because he's got those little puffs of hair up here. We don't want to give him some angelic halo, so we'll take that out. Well, that didn't work. That's better. I'm sure there's an art form to this that I'm not skilled at. No, that's strange. Let's just try this. Wow. Not cooperating hardly at all. Okay. So try one more time. Then we'll come up with a new plan. Areas to keep. Hair. And more hair. And the purple streak of hair. Literally putting a line through that. Okay. So now let's just get rid of these if we can. I want you to be very precise. Hey, what else do we have to do? It's the quarantine season. Just kidding. If you have to work, I don't envy you. Come on. This is about to be good enough. I really want that one just to go away. And I'm all over it. Okay. So it's not ideal, but I think it would suffice. Man, just so close now. Let's do areas to keep. Let's give him at least a straight line on his neck, huh? Yeah, that'd be nice. And then areas to remove. Come on, just get rid of that. The older version of PowerPoint was a little easier with this. If that's your version, you're in luck. That same one. Ah, finally. Get you gone. Get you gone. Maybe. All right, we're running with that. Wait, sorry. One more quick thing I want to do. There's a white streak here. Keep all that. All right, fine. There he is. The stigma. Removing the stigma. Finally, we will come down here and do that. Let's go back and look and see. I'm not going to put in any extra sub points. We could, but we don't have to. Again, that's part of what you can make the decision about as the speaker. Do you want to include those? Do you not? They're not necessary because, again, you're going to do that verbally, orally. So I'm going to leave those out. But an advertising campaign, and we know we're going to talk about famous bald people, like celebrities. So let's find bald celebrities. Let's see what we get. Well, I don't need all these double shots here, that's for sure. We'll just take a bunch and make our own little collage. Okay, so they got Bruce Willis. I'm going to go ahead and do that on another one too. New slide. Blank. It's easier to work with. Who else do we have here? Jason Statham. Yeah, we'll take it. We can go with. Let's go with Mike Tyson. We've had him now. He's the most popular guy in the PowerPoints. He's in 2 shots now. We really. There's Billy Corgan. Yeah, well. Let's see. I'm going to look up bald celebrities, women. Aha. So, which one of these do we want to use? Kristen Stewart, maybe? No, why not? Well, I guess she's very bald here. She just has very short hair. That will work. There is also. Sorry, we'll get one more. I don't remember her name. Bald female lawmaker. She's a representative. Ayanna Pressley, that's her. Yeah. Okay. All right, that'll work. We'll come back here. Paste. No, I'm not going to spend nearly as much time doing this on these. We just want to grab a little something here, and we're going to call this mostly good. It's a purple shirt. I thought it was like actually staying in there. It's a black shirt. Okay. Remove. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Go here. I'll quit. Remove this. Oh. Could it be that easy? Thank you. Good enough. Big Mike. Let's get rid of yours. Sorry, here's to keep. Just give him a little bit of a collar here. Looking good. Jason Statham. Background areas to keep. Here. Let's do keep again. Good. Bruce Willis. Got no teeth. I'll try to take that E out from people. All right, now we can pull everybody together and make a little collage. Again, you can play around with this. Let's get Mike. In case you're not familiar, this is really fun. Reorder objects. Just gonna pull Mike in front. And we need to take your shoulder off, Madam Lawmaker. So remove. Thank you. Let's actually push you behind Statham. Yes. Get down a little bit there, pal. There she is. Okay, something like this would work fine. Now, what I'm going to do is do a screenshot, selected screenshot of all of this. There we go. Great. Now I can cut this whole slide. Removing the stigma. Now I can insert a photo. File, those go to desktop for me. I don't know about yours. There they are. Now it looks like we'll need to just minimize that. And we're in. It's not perfect, but it's good. It'll work. Better and balder tomorrow. Let's blow these out to 3. And now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to look for bald person wearing sunglasses. Let's see. All right, Vin Diesel, you're a winner here. Blow him up, center him up. Then the idea here is the better and balder future. So the future is so bright, he's got to wear shades. And we come right back to our key points. And then we realize Connor here was going bald, and you can see that it's taken its toll, but not you don't have to go through that. So go to the Mayo Clinic and get some help. Let's just blow it up full screen to flip through. Make sure we look good. We've got a blank slide. I don't know why it's white, but we'll change that to black. Then we've got Connor having friends, fun, and fraternity, but he was finding hair on his pillow. So title slide, appropriately creepy. Here are the key points. It's a little blurry. Whoops. Talk about this. Again, this could be a little cleaner. I'm not really concerned though. Same with that. Going to be better and balder. Whoops. Good. Now, we'll go back through. I just want to make sure that we have everything spelled correctly. I think that's good. Balder. Good. Good. Okay. I'm just going to come here, hide that, make it black, and we are ready to go. So that's the idea with the PowerPoint. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. We worked on that for 30, 40 minutes right now. So again, it shouldn't take you more than an hour, I wouldn't think, unless you want to just, if you have extra time and this is how you're going to kill it, go for it. You could sharpen all that up and really play around with some other programs and then import the images. But again, that's sort of the expectation is what you just saw. Very few words, images that are appropriate, that fit, um, and it flows well. That's the big thing. So key takeaways here overall for Monroe's and your speech, your final speech. Look at your previous speech, the first persuasive. What did you do well? What did you need to improve on? On that evaluation form, if you had a less than very good, if it was poor, fair, or just good, work on that because little bumps like that can make a big difference. But if it was excellent or very good, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Second thing is go ahead and once you make those changes and those edits, then take that power the outline and create your PowerPoint. Spend a little time on that, make sure that you like it, it's going to flow well. Then when you practice with the PowerPoint. Can't tell you how many people make a PowerPoint, they make an outline, they make a PowerPoint, and then they never see the two together until they go to actually present. Practice with your outline. Um, yeah, and that's the idea here. So with PowerPoint, less is more, and hopefully that is going to be beneficial not just here, but in the future also. All right, so if you have questions on creating your PowerPoint, definitely let me know, and I'll be happy to help. Otherwise, I am ready to take a look at those. So, looking forward to it. Have a good one.